Bail reform, it's really not something on our radar. We don't often think about it. But it is something that makes a difference in a lot of people's life, because you have people who can post bail and people who can't. The Los Angeles Times in August ran a very powerful editorial about the need for bail reform. And in that editorial, they hypothesized of two individuals who are arrested for maybe something like burglary. So one can post bail and therefore can get out and go back to his job and resume his life, and if necessary, find the witnesses that he needs that might verify his bail or his innocence. In the other case, the person cannot post bail, so he has to remain in jail until something is settled, usually until there is some sort of a trial, and that can be a long time. So meanwhile, he loses his job. If it is a woman, her children, who's a single mother, her children may have to go to foster care and so forth. So what happens when trial time comes? The person who could not post bail, who doesn't have any money, the public defender will come, and the public defender more than likely will offer a plea deal and will say, okay, then maybe you can get out for time served if you plead guilty to a felony. So the person has a horrible choice to make, but he wants to get out, or she, if it's a woman, and agrees to the plea deal, and therefore has a felony record now that is going to pursue him or her for the rest of their lives, and interfere with the kind of job and the kind of salary and maybe the kind of life that they might have otherwise been able to have. We have public defenders, and public defenders are there to equalize the system, because excuse me, part of the American system of justice is that wealth is not supposed to be a factor. Of course, we know that it is, but public defenders are there and buffer that inequality to a degree, for at least for some. But for the bail system, we don't have any such equivalent, and it does look that we do need to address it. The justice system was set up to make the society more secure and more safe for everybody else, and as a result, make it a more orderly society that benefits all of us. When people are treated as felons when they're not, because of their poverty, and the more we read about the justice system and the more we see innocent people on death row, the more we are almost forced to believe that the number of people who are declared felons who may not be at all is probably higher than we would like to think. Then we're not safer. We're not a better society when people are not earning what they should be earning, when people don't have the kind of job, when they're not as productive as they could be productive, then all of us suffer. So I think the repercussion of the bail system as it exists are far deeper and wider than we might otherwise think. So put bail reform on your radar. Thank you for listening. I'm Danielle Levy.